we now want to talk a bit about how people can get involved in Cosmoglobe. So if you go to the Cosmoglobe website, as I mentioned earlier, and you go to Cosmoglobe project, there is listed a few specific examples, and Metin actually just presented one of them. Do you want to share the page that we have for the presentation?
Yes. Yeah, right. Go to our wonderful website, click the hamburger, and get all the projects. So
yeah. So one of these is exactly about Sony. If you scroll down a little bit, yeah, and Metin already just presented that one, but there is a few more that we can go through, I guess. And is Tom?
You're a little hard to hear, Ingunn.
Okay, sorry. I thought I'll try to talk louder. So one of the projects that's on there is the constrained realizations. So Tom, yeah, are you on? Because then you could say a little bit on that.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Well, I will take two minutes to explain what I'm doing. So hi, everyone. I'm Tom. I'm an intern student in Toulouse, France, with Anthony Banday, and I'm working on the impact in painting of masked CMB maps on the CMB power spectrum. In painting, as a quick reminder, is how we call the process to fill the gap created by the mask on CMB maps. More precisely, I'm interested in the effect of the painting on the intensity power spectrum and the correlated part of E modes, which is correlated with the intensity, so the temperature. Can you go to the next slide, please? Good, thanks. Here is a sum up of my results so far. So what is represented here in those three figures are the ratio of polar spectra calculated from in-painted maps and theory. So basically, if the in-painted map is consistent with theory, the ratio must be 1, which is not the case for the two first figures. And what it means is that we cannot trust in painting for the whole range we are studying. For instance, the two first resolutions shown here, so inside 512 and 256. It depends on the resolution, on the amplitude of the noise, and also on the beaming applied to the map. But what interests me now is the last figure, because we see no obvious deviation. So the in-painting seems to be okay with theory. And I want to test this affirmation by studying many noisy CMB map simulations. And after that, hopefully I'll be trying to write a small tutorial for the Cosmoglobe website, so people can redo what I did if they want. Thank you for your attention.
Great. And of course, if anyone wants to join this or a similar project, contact Tom or anyone. This is all listed on the webpage. Duncan, if you show some of the others.
Yeah. Sort of the KaiPass one. I don't know if Hovar's on or maybe Conservation wants to talk about that. Sure.
Are you on, Hovar?
He doesn't say anything. Yeah, okay.
Susan, do you want to mention this one?
Yeah, you can do it. Yeah. Okay, so one thing that we're starting to look at a little bit, and Hovar just started to this is actually looking at the KaiPass data set. It's the basically a 1.4 gigahertz continuum sky survey covers about half the sky. and it's about a 1 terabyte of data on disk. And Mark Calabretta has given us the raw data, and we converted it to FITS format. And essentially, we'd like to figure out the bandpass corrections and actually get that into the Cosmoglobe and the Commander framework. So this is something that so Mark, Dan Herman, Hobart, and me have been working on. But yeah, this will be a really interesting one because this is a 1.4 gigahertz channel covering most of the sky. It's going to be very useful for component separation. So yeah.
Another one is WMAP that you already mentioned a bit, if you want to go through that too.
Yeah, so I don't want to rehash too much of what I said, other than the things that I would like some more help with is analyzing the WBEM data. That's about half the data volume, actually, of all the raw WMAP data. So that'd be really nice to work on. And we're also doing noise fitting, characterization, bandpass correction. So, send me an email if you're interested in this. We've already started sort of doling out tasks, the next set of papers. So if you're interested, please get in touch with me now. Don't be shy about that. But yeah, we're obviously the goal here is going to be doing an end-to-end TOD analysis with Planck and WMAP together at the time order level. So that'll be something in the next year or so. So give me an email.
Matthew, do you want to say something
Sure.
about HFI?
So yeah, as I mentioned, HFI is in a very early stage at the moment. We have the time ordered data on disk, and we've gotten it successfully loaded into Commander, and we've made bin maps. But obviously, HFI is a very complicated data set and has many systematic problems that need to be addressed. And so we're looking right now to get some sort of long-term funding to support the number of person hours that it will require to do this full analysis. But certainly we would love to have people who are interested in HFI who want to do various either systematic modeling or things like that involved. So if that's something that interests you, please feel free to contact me.
As for the cosmological parameter project, I don't think Johannes is on. So in that case, maybe Duncan.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll briefly say, essentially, one of the things that is that happens when we run a Commander analysis is that there's sort of intermediate steps. Essentially, we resample cosmological parameters, resample the CMD maps, and then run Cosmo MC on those intermediate maps. And what we'd like to do is implement joint parameter and power spectrum sampling within the Commander framework so that we don't have to sort of have an independent analysis. And so part of that involves implementing this joint cosmological parameter CL sampling. So Johannes has already implemented this, at least the sampler for CAM and the CLs together, but we actually need to run it and compare it with Cosmo MC. So there's a lot of tests here. For example, we want to compare with the Cosmo MC outputs. We want to implement these internal likelihood-free cosmological sampling and estimate tau and R from both the LFI plus WMAP data, simulate LIFER data, etc. So Johannes is a resident theorist, so he's very good, but he also could, if people are interested and have detailed technical knowledge about this stuff, that's definitely a place that you'd be interested, that you would be welcome to join us. So send either me or Johannes an email about that. We'll happily get you involved. So.
Great. And then Daniel already mentioned Derby. Do you want to say quickly something?
Yeah, sure. Like I said, it's very early stage, so we're very open for people who want to get injected. This is because Derby's so lightweight, it's a fantastic way to get involved with Commander for the first time. as a side project. So if somebody's interested, getting DMR into Commander would also be a good lightweight data set to get familiar with the Commander framework. Easy to debug, and some debug cycles are short. Yeah, shoot me an email if you're interested in either of those. Those are both good lightweight projects that are good introductions to Commander or Fortran.
Very good. So I would encourage everyone to go browse the webpage and see if there is anything of this, any of the suggested projects that you're interested in joining. Of course, I mean, you can think of your own projects to suggest, or you might have other data sets or other experiments that want to join. There are lots of opportunities here. So, I mean, please contact us by email or on Slack or whatever. And no, sorry, Duncan just put it in the chat. And I think this concludes like the presentations for today.